Okay, beautiful people, whoever is watching, here I am again. Uh, if you watch my previous video, or if you ever watch it, if you will ever watch it in the future, um, unfortunately, I won't be able to talk about my. I said I was going to try to make a video, okay, about my journey in Stonehenge with light ships, whatever. And yeah, but that's quite an hardcore story to tell. Okay, it's not that. Sorry about this, but I need to rub my hands. Don't ask me why, but my body's asking to do that. Okay. Sorry about that. I used to practice some Qigong stuff and then sometimes the body. Okay. So, um, yeah, it won't be possible. Also, the video that I posted, was a little bit too far already from what I should actually put out there. Because once a targeted individual, forever a targeted individual. That's how life goes for some of us. And yeah, so probably in the future, I don't know, I'll be able to post it, to talk about it. You know, depends on the energy, depends on where these type of people are focused on. And then if there is an open window, that's how I call it. Bam, I throw it out. So in this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about something that I was aware from my own experience, okay? Um, and experience at the same time. Of course, not all the information is coming from me. Throughout the years of my awakening journey so far, I realized that there is a spiritual belief that is embedded in the spiritual, let's call it group of people, collective of this planet, okay? And this is actually already coming from ancient wisdom as well. That the planet Earth is the school planet of this universe or of this entire existence, okay? I don't want to be judgmental, I don't want to be offensive, okay? Remember always, this is my perspective, and if you don't resonate, please just discard it and, just keep going your way. For me, that's a big BS, okay? It's the biggest BS ever. I mean, there are huge BSs, even bigger than this, but it's one of the big BSs, okay? So I'm just going to throw it out as shortly as I can, summarize it as shortly as I can, because to explain why this is not school Earth or school planet at all, I would have to dive into very hardcore information, and that's where I cannot go, okay? So I'll just say this is not a planet school. I'll try to grab the scientific facts first, okay, so that you can do some maths, and then maybe you can think a little bit more about it, okay? So I was doing a little research on numbers. Just so that you know, in our local galaxy, okay, the Milky Way galaxy, there are approximately 100 billion planets, okay? 100 billion, okay? Just try to imagine the vastness, how many planets there are outside just in our local galaxy, okay? And remember, scientists are discovering new planets every day. Then we move into the number of galaxies within this universe, and scientists think there are around between billion to trillions of galaxies. And of course, obviously, they don't know all these galaxies. And if we can imagine that maybe there can be as well billions or trillions or quadrillions, God knows, or even less or even more planets within those galaxies, just try to think a little bit and make those little maths. Then we have the quantum science saying that we live in a multi universal existence. Okay, so we go even further, whatever, than this. Okay, so it's like, psh, psh. And from my perspective, I said this before, I don't know, in one of my videos, we actually live in a multi-cosmic existence, reality, okay, holographic reality, call it whatever. And it's an infinite, actually, type of creation because it is expanding at every second of our consciousness or awareness, okay? As long as we exist, this continues to expand. Don't ask me why. I have no effing idea why, but that's the way it is, okay? So, grabbing these little facts from here, you can start from here. You can start to think, oh, at least that's what I thought. Okay, when I start questioning that, and because at that point, sorry about the hair, I don't know what to do with it today. At some point of my journey, I start to question, wait a minute, this existence is so fucking vast. And then, of course, that other hardcore information that I cannot talk. That I mean, I can talk a little bit about it, not really dive into it. Okay, um, just clicked, and it made sense to me. Okay, so in other words, planet Earth is not a school planet. Planet Earth is actually a trapped planet. Okay, in other words, we as human beings should have the right, first of all, which is the most basic thing for every race out there in this existence, okay, to know why the fuck, and I'm sorry for the pardon for the French, uh, why the fuck are we here? This is totally pure abuse of our consciousness, of our souls. This creates a lot of suffering, okay? We are born, we die, we don't know why we are here, where we are going. This creates a lot of suffering to the soul and to the collective consciousness, okay? So that's the first thing that we should know about. Second thing to know about it, of course, we should have open contact with the rest of the cosmos, with the rest of the existence. In other words, the veils should be open, okay? And that happened in the past on this planet. There are more and more, there are proofs, factual, scientific, historical, and archaeological proofs that this is the first time that we are not here as an advanced species, okay? I've said this already as well in the past in some of my videos that humanity has been wiped out more than once, and here we are again, waking up. Many of us are, the consciousness is progressing, and we are at a crossroads once again between what's going to happen, if we are going to make it, which I truly, honestly, at this point, I really don't believe we will make it, but that's my opinion, okay? Um, well, I think once again, this is the last time actually humanity is going to be here, okay? And don't take me wrong. Don't think that I'm pessimist. I'm just realistic according to what I observe, experience in life, etc. And so all this suffering that you see on this planet is actually not or should not be normal, okay? Because of this trapped. And you might think, oh wow, it's trapped. What do you mean we're trapped? Well, it's trapped by, there are certain people, certain powers on this planet and outside this planet that is capable of doing that and is doing it since ages, okay? So that's why I said humanity has been wiped out more than once, and I repeat again before in the past. And for the there's tons of information out there. I don't need to say it if you are an informed person, and if you know, because the soul, the consciousness carries DNA, and the DNA carries information. And once you find that information, it will make the click. It's like, bam, this makes sense. I knew it. It's what is called the intuition. So your soul, your consciousness will tell you, look, this info is top. It's correct. So yeah, basically that's what I wanted to say. Of course, there is a lot to learn on this planet. The same way there is a lot to learn in all the other infinite, I cannot tell, quintillions times infinite planets that are out there in existence. But unfortunately, on planet Earth, existence is really truly very hardcore and should not be like that, okay? And once again, I'm going to repeat, that's why we are at this crossroad once again, because it's time for us to move on from this shit. Okay, it's time for people to wake up from this belief that this planet, that people come in onto this planet because it's the Earth school and here we learn everything. Yes, you do learn a lot, my friends, but unfortunately, there's a lot of suffering, hardcore suffering that should not really be happening, okay? And that's not a matter of karma, it has nothing to do with that, it's actually forced. The souls are forced to come in and out, and I cannot explain why. I'll just leave it at this. It's up to you if you resonate with it or not. And yeah, that's it. So I truly hope, not in a bad way, of course, that we can be able to get out of here once and for all in a peaceful way, and not as in the previous times with holocausts. Okay, so yeah, that's what I wanted to transmit on this video. I hope it resonates with you and it can be helpful in any way. If not, you know, it's okay. I love you the same. Lots of love to everyone. Just peace to everyone. Everyone has different perspectives and they have the right, I always say, to believe in whatever you wish, in whatever you resonate with. Okay. So yeah, I think that's all. I think that's all I wanted to transmit. So yeah, take care. Lots of love. I hope once again you are well. You have access to everything you need. And you and your loved ones, of course, whoever you have with you. And peaceful times, okay? Lots of love. Take care. Bye bye.